Good morning, guys. Welcome to our sales meeting on Wednesday morning. Today we've got a special meeting. We've got our CEO Terence going to explain our new flagship skid unit with us, the 500 litre per hour budget machine. So yes, Terence, go for it.
Okay, all right. So guys, you know, in the market, prices are very competitive at the moment. So I decided to bring in an economical machine, right? This is this economical skid machine. So we have our normal skids. We'll call this the eco skids. Right? What makes this machine different is, can you put those things on silent? So what makes this machine different is, compared to the other machine, is it's got manual valves for the backwashing, right? That's the first thing. And it's not using the, whose phone is beeping? And it's using the monoblock pump, right? So let's just run through this machine. I can still hear beeping. Did you hear it? Anyway, this video is just for our stuff. You hear the beeping again?
No, that's from the computers, the people's computers in the offices.
Because everyone's logged into their WhatsApp.
Okay, close the door.
Close that door.
Alright, so what's special about this machine, right? I'm just gonna run through this machine with you quickly. You'll have to walk through and come with me, right? You can come this way first. Guys, you can come around to on that side. Come on that side.
Yeah.
Right. So, so the first thing about this machine is we're using Leo pumps. Normally we used to use Shumji before. This one has got Leo. And what I did is I like our machines to look attractive. So for people that have shops, we want people to see the machines because there's some people putting big blue housings and selling water. There's no filtration. It's nice for customers to see the machines, right? When they're selling water. So what I've done is, for the look of it, you can see there's orange everywhere. So I think that makes the machine look better. I don't know.
I get you, yeah. Okay.
What y'all think about the color?
Yeah, it's uniform.
So starting here, we have a 2-5 Leo pump, correct? 2-5 Leo pump. We got a matching controller, and then you can see the valve goes up to your sand filter, which is your first stage, then your carbon filter, then after that it comes through to your inlet solenoid. This is the biggest change on the machine. Our old solenoids, the solenoids that we used, always gets very hot, and then when you touch it, you cannot hold it with your hand. It gets too hot, and that over time starts to leak. I don't know if you have solenoid problems.
Yeah.
It's because of the heat, right? So this new valve is a motorized valve. It doesn't get hot, and we'll have less valve solenoid problems because of the new valve. So this is the major upgrade on this machine. One small part, that's a cheap part, and you can have a look at that. All right. Then our normal 220-inch standard PP filters. Right. Everything else on the machine is pretty much standard. The pump is Leo, which is as good as Shumji. Leo and Shumji are basically competitors in China. They are like the number 2 and number 3 for RO. The best one, I think, from China is CNP. Right, let's go back to the front of the machine. So with this machine, we're using the Taiwan controller to keep things simple. You know, we don't want our other skid machine is a bit more complex because it has more functionality. But with this machine, we're keeping it the same as our standalone RO machines. It works with the other machine. It controls the raw water and the pure water tanks. With this machine, your focus is just controlling. It's only connected to your pure water tank, and then for switching this machine on and off, it's got a flow controller, which the flow controller is the thing that's gonna. No, that's for the. This is for the pure water tank. Yeah. So this cable is for the pure water tank, but for this machine to work, we've connected the flow controller, the orange one, that will make. You must have enough pressure for the machine to switch on. So it does have a pressure switch somewhere here, or it is in the back. Come, let's have a look here. In order for the machine to work, you need your Yeah, that's the.
Okay.
I'm going on to the technical of this machine, right? So your pump will feed it through, and if this machine, this flow controller will be set on 3 bars. So if there's not 3 bars coming in, then the machine won't start, right? So it's the same as your normal setup, but it's all built on the skid. So what we're gonna do? Come on this way. I got lost for words a little bit. I forgot what I wanted to say. Anyway, we didn't practice anything. For this machine, we're gonna start. Our starting price is gonna be 43,000, right? 43,000 for sand, coal carbon, and pure water membranes. But we want to give the best to the customers, so we want to offer it with glass, coconut carbon, and Vontron membranes. With glass, coconut, and Vontron membranes, the price is going to be 45,000. All right. So before we go ahead, any questions? Oh, well, that's it actually from me.
Yeah.
Does anyone have? So 43,000 is the offer, and upgrade it to
45
For 40.
upgrade.
Guys, what water would you suggest we use for this skid unit? Municipal water. Okay, so please guys, when you get horrible water in Botswana, do not just because of the price go and sell it to a customer and then we sit with endless customer complaints. You have to make sure that what we do as salespeople, we have another 500 litre power on skid. We quote on that. If it's borehole water, this one for municipal water. Same as what we do with the eco and the budget machines when it comes to 2000 GPDs. Let's work smartly and sell smartly for less problems.
Yeah.
What else can we do? What else can we do to this machine?
So while we're at it here, let's give us all your questions.
So why is the Vontron membrane better than the pure water membrane?
Look, Vontron is a big brand. That's number one. It's they in the market for maybe more than 20 years. The quality of the material is the best.
No, so as a customer, if I want to do my
If
upgrade,
you also have a look
why
at
is
the-
Vontron
if
much
you
better
also-
than
One
pure
thing that
water?
sets Vontron apart from any other manufacturer of membranes in China is because of the amount of budget that they have to push into technology. Because it's owned by the Chinese government, the fact is that they have unlimited amount of money to push into the new technology and in the continuous research to push the product even further. So a lot of other membrane manufacturers are limited by a specific spec. So they get a specific spec from a certain manufacturer and they copy it. And then the next one copies that one. But Vontron actually takes technology to another level where they actually do a lot of research.
Yes, and also, very well said. Actually, those were the words I was going to say next. And also, they've started a new R&D. Now, at the moment, Vontron is in a city called Guyang. Guyang is far away from Guangzhou and Shanghai. They like inland China. Now they're building more R&D development labs in the main cities. So they want to attract more better engineers.
And why would I pick glass over sand?
So when you have sand, the water after your water flows through, the filtration size maybe is 150 micron. With glass, you can get it down to 5 micron.
And with sand, the maximum you can go is up down to 20 micron. That's the maximum. So you're still going to let some fine particles come through. And sometimes that can affect the carbon as well because it can rub up against the carbon and start rubbing the carbon down. And that's why you'll start getting black on your pre-filters. So it's very imperative to know that difference. For that minimal money, it's worth just going on the upgrade onto the glass.
Yeah, there's a lot more features with the glass. There's a whole presentation on that,
And also a greater shelf life.
which we'll put on the manual. Yeah, can last for up to 5 years. No bacteria growing. Then also with coal carbon and coconut carbon. For drinking water, every application should be coconut carbon, in my opinion. But if people are looking at price, we'll offer the coal carbon. It's
still
purely
functional, yeah.
It's still functional, but coconut does much more better job. So when it comes to, and then the membranes, what's the difference between pure water and Vontron? Vontron has a higher rejection rate, longer life. Obviously, we're looking at price now. It's only for people that don't have enough money will offer pure water membranes. So we got 2,000 rand, 2,000 rand difference in price. I would say sell the 45,000 option, but you have to specify on your invoice which for warehouse to pack. You must specify Vontron membranes and glass
And which Vontron membranes?
So that's the next question. So which Vontron membrane would work best here? So this has got a 2-5 raw water pump feeding through the machine, which we said it will give it like about 3 bars of pressure going into the machine. And then we have the Leo 2-9, which has got about 7 bars of pressure. So ideally I would recommend, the best option would be the XLP Vontron, right? Or second option would be the ULP. I won't recommend to use LP with this one. It will work, but your flow will be lower. XLP will give you the best flow. ULP will give you a little lower flow. So those are the two membranes that will sell
And
with
guys,
this
once
machine.
again, that's up to you to consider according to the water analysis. Because we're using it for municipal water. It doesn't mean just because we say the word municipal that everywhere the water is going to be like spring water coming out of the ground. We get municipal water that is bad quality. So if you can see you dealing with bad quality municipal water, give the ULP membranes because it can handle higher TDS.
Yeah. So Eddie, let's do it like this, right? If the TDS is below 500, we use XLP. If the TDS is above 500 but below 1000, we'll use ULP. Above 1000, let's use the other skid machine because it's got a 2-15 pump. It can handle higher pressure and it can also work longer hours.
How would I implement a softener solution to this machine?
So to implement a softener solution to this machine, you can buy anti-scale system, the dosing pump, dosing tank, and the anti-scalant, and we can plumb it in after the pre-treatment, before the RO.
Okay. And how will I know my membranes are blocking up?
Okay, very good question. Eddie, you can answer that one.
All right, so how do we look at membranes? This is a common fault that we get from a lot of people, and we get a lot of customer complaints with videos. It says, what is going wrong with my machine? Now, the first indication that you're going to get is a guy's going to open up his water shop in the morning, and he's going to see on his permeate flow has dropped from what it has. Let's say it was sitting at 6 liters per minute. He'll see it would have dropped to around about 4 to 3.5 liters a minute. First thing, he's going to understand what is going wrong with my machine. Now, as the machine starts running, as the day starts up, he will see a gradual increase in his TDS. So let's say his original TDS that he was doing was 4 or 5. You'll see it'll start jumping it by about 2 to 3 increments. So it'll go from 4 to 7 after about half an hour. Then it'll jump to 9. Then it'll jump to 15. Then it'll jump to 17. But as this increases, your feed pressure on your pressure gauge will also steadily rise. So you guys have seen where the needle has gone beyond the 12 o'clock. So all three of those factors, key factors, telling you that the membrane is backing up and the membrane is blocked and it's about to shut down completely. So those are your indicators. Your permeate flow meter, your TDS reading as it starts climbing slowly. It's not going to jump from 4 to 100 immediately. Unless there's a really bad source of water coming in. But it'll gradually increase as they watch it, and then your feed pressure is your number one teller, is your feed pressure. When your feed pressure starts picking up, your permeate level starts slowly dropping here. That's how you know your membrane is giving in.
And Eddie, as the permeate drops, what happens to the concentrate?
The concentrate will actually start rising.
Cool.
Sometimes what happens is when the membranes are blocking, now you're damaging your pump because your pump is still running, but it's running against a dead end.
It's a lot harder.
Understand,
to
guys,
push
when water's coming into the membrane, right? Because we know it needs high pressure, okay? Now if your membrane is blocking, it's creating counter pressure. So it's like two punches. This water is pushing back, this water is coming in. So steadily it's creating a big pressure buildup in your piping straight back to your pump. And that is why Terence is saying that it's got a big possibility of damaging your pump.
Damaging your pump, then that's how leaks start as well, because there's nowhere on the bigger machines like 3,000 liters upwards. We have another pressure switch, so when the pressure is building up too high, it will also shut down the machine. But as we said, these are economical systems. It's for getting into for people to get in at a low budget. So
What is my month-to-month running cost for a machine like this? What am I changing every month on this machine as a customer?
okay, so for this machine, your monthly cost is very cheap. We have two PP filters in the back. You wanna come? All of you don't have to come, but let's just. So there's two PP filters here, right? These filters cost around 20 rands each. So you're looking at 40 rands for two filters. 30 rand each, okay. 30 rand, so 60 rand for, so 60 rand a month, right? Your glass and your carbon, you backwash every 3-4 days. So what happens here is, when you're backwashing, you don't need to change the media. So once a year, you change everything I would recommend, and monthly cost of 60 rand. Customer can do it themselves, or if our technicians go out, it costs a lot.
So if we're doing a yearly change on the media and the consumables, what is the service that I need to do on my pumps? Is there anything that my controller needs, and my two pumps on the machine itself, do they get serviced, the seals, the oils?
So normally we don't service pumps,
Okay.
right? But everything on this machine is economical. Like previously we used to have the solenoid, that the solenoid is on all the time. For the machine to work, our solenoids are normally closed. So when you put power on, it opens, but it gets hot in the process. So the wear and tear things was a solenoid, but now we have the motorized valve. Then, what was the question again?
The two pumps that are on
The two
here.
pumps don't need to be
You-
serviced? No.
So they don't need to be serviced?
No.
And what is the warranty on this machine?
So, look, depending on wear and tear, we can normally, what do we normally give on our machines? 6 months. So we normally give 6 months. But look, I mean, every case is different. So when if you put this machine and you're running it 24 hours a day for 1 month, it might pack up because
Correct.
it's not meant to
Its
run 24.
operational hours are not supposed to be 24 hours.
Yeah, so we'd have to do it case by case, but generally 6 months if they're using it 8 hours a day. But with that being said, everything is cheap on this machine. To replace a pump can cost you, to replace the most expensive part on this machine is the pump, and that's about, what are we selling the 2-9 pumps for? 6,000. Okay,
Melissa, you got a
everyone,
question?
everyone is selling it for 6,000, but Melissa is selling it.
No, it's 5,000 on the price list, 6,000 on the.
Okay, I will fix that. So we'll have to sell for 6.
Got a question, Melissa?
Yes.
My question was, since it looks like a skid unit,
It is a skid.
It is a skid unit.
well, do we need two regular float switch or pedal float
Okay,
switch?
you were late in the beginning,
Yeah.
Terence had explained it. Terence, wanna go through it again?
Yeah, so look, with all our machines, we're not changing the way we sell the machines. The float switch is an extra, right?
Yes,
So you need to buy a float switch and it connects.
it's one.
Yeah, it's only
But
one.
this machine
Must have
only
one.
controls,
Yes, it only
Pure
needs one.
water.
The pure water
Yeah.
tank only.
Yeah, this is only, so what's happening with this machine, you have a raw water tank. When the raw water tank is full of water, then that pump will work with that controller. But what will happen is if the water gets empty, it will shut down and then you might have to press a reset button if you have your raw water tank getting empty. But you've only got one float switch for the pure water. So when the water is full in the tank, it will switch off the machine, and when it drops to the lower level, the machine will come on again and fill it up. This is the same as our normal
Yeah.
machines at the back. If you want to just show these videos, it's the same design as those machines. Actually, look at the one with the computer box here, with the big computer box, with the big controller there. All right, let's go back to the stuff again. Okay, guys, any more questions?
anything guys, covered?
With the glass media,
Yeah.
so it has like a 5-year lifespan, but we recommend changing them after a year.
Once a year, it's just easy to maintain the whole machine. It
Look-
does have the 5-year, but I think, when a customer servicing his machine,
They're not there everything in one go.
if you rather do it, it's
The chances of you servicing glass every 6 months, then carbon 6 months later, and then your membranes, you're starting to, you're going to have problems with your machine in the future. When you do a service, you generally do a complete service on everything, so everything's brand new. It's like your car. When you take your car in for a service, you don't just change one thing. They'll do oil, they'll do this,
Yeah.
they'll do air filter, everything in one shot, so they're all brand new.
so it can last longer. It's a good point you're making. So for this, I mean, the technician is there already. The problem when it comes to servicing is getting the technician out, because you have to charge the travel cost, the daily rate. Now they're there already. To change the glass costs only 800 rand, and you getting him to service everything. So might as well just change everything all at once.
Tanya?
Do we have a data sheet and operation manual for this machine?
That's coming soon. This video we're gonna post, then we'll make a better video because I lost some of my words while we were making the video. Yes.
When say customer breaks the manual head, can we replace with the
I
normal
brought in the space for that
Also,
already.
you can't replace with the F56A.
You can. But remember, you can replace it like that, yeah. Actually, you can have it in automatic as well. I'll just try to get the cost down. In fact, I'll bring in one batch with the automatic heads, and it might only cost another 3,000 rand more.
Are we offering to customers to add in the automatic heads for them, like our repair team? And are we going to do the changes on the piping if the customer would like to add anti-scale into it? Or would that sit with the customer?
We can do it because, I mean, we've got enough technicians now.
But now also,
But-
if we're going to have a look at adding auto heads and we're going to have a look at, then it's going to come very, very close to the other.
Rather
skid
buy the
units
other
than
machine.
rather just buy
Yeah.
one that's already bought.
So then that's what they should know.
Yeah.
Instead of
Yeah,
changing
very
this
true.
machine
Yeah.
to that extent, then know there's another machine you can recommend.
Correct.
I think that's the best solution.
Cool.
On the two sediment filters, the Terrence, 20-inch,
Yeah.
they come in two different micron sizes, 1 and 5, or just
See,
two.
generally we have this argument all the time. 1 and 5 first, and then 1 after that would be the best. But in reality, they both. The difference between 1 and 5 micron,
You can't even see it under a microscope.
there's like almost no difference. Okay, remember we spoke about that.
Yeah.
Between 1 and 5, there's no difference. Okay,
Any other questions, guys?
we like questions, and
The reason why we ask questions is because your customer is going to ask it to you.
yeah.
And it's also information you need to tell your customer when you're trying to push the product.
Think carefully, guys. Any questions?
How much stock
From the
of this do we have?
technicians, guys got any questions as well?
We've got 101 machines.
Available.
Yes. Well, one has been sold by Eddie, so we've got
100.
100 more.
Cool.
Okay.
Right, guys, we all happy? We all can sell this?
Yeah.
Remember, 43,000 comes standard, sand, IV600, pure water membranes. 45, glass, coconut carbon, Vontron membranes. Which membranes?
XLP. Or
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. That's good. So we've covered that.
Okay. Washington, anything you can think of?
Do we know what XLP and ULP means?
Yeah, there's no way.
Cool. All right.
In fact, the next meeting we'll discuss the membranes. We'll discuss Vontron membranes on Friday. A video like this, sometime in the day after your standard meeting. Okay, guys, that's it for today. Thank you very much. We're gonna post this video on YouTube and.
All right, guys, let's go get.
Twin pumps.